Hey everybody, Benji here with the question of the week. Question of the week is: do you believe in love at first sight? And my quick answer to this would be no, I don't believe that. I think that's just attraction, is all I think that is. That is something that, yeah, you see a girl across the room, you see her at work, you see her at a restaurant, you see anything, right? Somebody's friend, and you think, oh man, they're cute, they're attractive, and you have an attraction to them. And now, if you end up dating them, you would say, oh, I believe it was love at first sight. But I would say statistically, it doesn't work out, so it's not actually love. That was just attraction. Um, I think I agree with my mom where she says that love is a choice. That love is something that you choose every day or every week, every month. And you're really probably only choosing it when it's hard, right? Because when it's easy, when it's fun, there's no choice. It's great and it's fabulous. You're going on dates and you're having fun and you're laughing and you're doing all that stuff. It's when that person does things that annoys you. That person does things that makes you mad. When they disappoint you, when life happens, something outside of that, when somebody loses their job and finances get tight, and so those are choices that you make. You could go, I can't believe that they lost their job. What a loser. I'm leaving them. I want to find somebody that's more stable. Well, that probably wasn't love. That was infatuation or attraction, and when something happened to it at all, you were able to walk away from it because it wasn't that important. So I think love is there because when times are tough, it doesn't last. The people do that stick it out. It's that whole thing like, this too shall pass. When things are bad, this too shall pass. When things are really hard, when life is hard, when your relationship is tough, this too shall pass. That goes with the good times too, so you have to remember that. Is that when things are going really good and you're getting along and everything's wonderful, this too shall pass. Something's gonna get hard. Something changes. If anything in life is true, it's that um, change happens, and it just does. As soon as you're like, man, nothing really happens. And I remember somebody told me that at work one time, and I was like, man, nothing really changes. Like everybody's kind of been in the same roles forever, and nothing happens. And then one guy retired, and then one lady left in our sales department, and the whole thing just got flipped around. And so it just causes dominoes and everywhere else. And it was just like, whoa, yeah, you were right. Like, just think, just wait. If you think nothing's happening and nothing's changing, it's probably getting ready to. If it's been too the same for too long, something will happen and something changes. Um, so yeah, so I think that's kind of how I feel when it comes down to, do I believe in love at first sight? Is that no, I don't, because I think it's too much of a choice. It's not that that girl is really pretty or that guy's attractive, and you guys both think that, and you're love at first sight. Right? You were just attracted at first sight. Will it work in year 3, in year 9? I think it starts to get hard after year 5 or so. So yeah, can you handle year 10, year 15, year 20? That just gets hard because that takes somebody really accepting your faults and your mistakes and your idiosyncrasies and all those things, because two people just aren't alike. They have different ideas and thoughts, and so that's where I think love happens, is that it's that choice that you make to go, oh, they're so annoying, but I'm sticking this out. I love that person. I'm gonna do this. This is hard. Um, and I think that more than anything, I think love is hard. It's not love at first sight. It's not love at infatuation. It's not, oh my gosh, we've been on freaking 14 dates and we haven't fought once. That's so easy. I feel like I could do that with thousands of people. Everybody does it every single year, right? They date somebody new when you're single and they're the greatest thing in the world. And then you're like, hey, how's it going with Jennifer? And you're like, oh, yeah, we broke up. Oh, how's it going with Bob? Yeah, it didn't work out. That guy was a jerk. You're like, Yeah, but you thought it was love at first sight. So I think just the numbers bear it out that it doesn't exist. Um, Now, does it sometimes? Sure. For some people, they date somebody, they see them across the room, they each do at a wedding, and they start talking, and they end up getting married, and they stay married forever. I think that's just the bell curve of relationships. Is that some people would, on one side of the graph is a bunch of people that they've dated a bunch of people and it finally works out. And the other side, there are some people that like they went on one date, like my parents, that they haven't dated anybody else and they stayed together this whole time. Well, they're on this side of the graph, and there's people over here that are like they've dated they dated 47 people before they could make it work. It doesn't mean that it was love at first sight with these people. That's just a statistical, you know, of how things work. So, yeah, shorter video today. Do I think that that exists? No, that's just, it's either luck or it's infatuation or something, but it's not love at first sight. It doesn't have anything to do with love, would be what I would say. I would say it's kind of a dumb question because love is not that. Love is being able to take somebody with all their idiosyncrasies and picadillos and everything and their habits that annoy you and say, I still love them even though. I think infatuation is I love them because, right? That there's a couple reasons why they're great. And true love is I love them, although they have these two or three things that I cannot stand. I think that's probably the difference. So that's my answer. See you guys.